Alright, Sonerin Group Network. Here we are. Today's date is today is the sixth of March, 2021. 6th of March, 2021. My name's Joseph Oluwadamilare Bankole, and we are live here in Sonerin Group Network office. We want to learn how to become an e-author. How to become an e-author. Okay, we want to learn how to become an e-author. E-author means how to become a publisher, a writer, how to write ebooks. So e-author, that's what we just want to call ourselves. An author is an author, okay? But we are just trying to make you understand that the kind of authoring a book we are talking about is making books available for individuals or people to read online. So that's what we say, how to become an e-author. That's very, very easy for many of us. Okay, so here with me in the office today is Joe, Trust, and David. Mr. David, you already know. So, David Baba, okay. Yeah. So, they are here with me. We want to quickly glance through what it takes to become an author. So the first thing you need to know when you are trying to talk about writing an ebook, you need to know number one, you need to know, let's say, what to write, what to write about, what to write about forms the basic aspect of your writing. You want to write, the first thing you should think is, what do you want to write about? Are you writing about your life story? Are you writing about an experience you had somewhere or on a particular thing? So what exactly are you hoping to write about? Then the second thing you look at is what? Who is your target audience? Your target reader. Who is your target reader? That is the second thing that should come to your mind. This can also replace the first one, as in, who is your target reader? But before you actually capture who your target reader is, you should know what you want to write about. So let me give an instance. If I'm writing about, uh, if I'm writing about the history of Nigeria, who is my target reader? If I'm writing about the history of Nigeria, who is my target reader? And let's contribute. Who do you think is my target reader? Hmm? Come on, say something.
First of all, the leaders.
The leaders,
Yeah, then the audience, those in Nigeria too.
citizens of
Citizens,
Nigerians,
yes.
then foreigners. Somebody coming to Nigeria, sometimes some people, when they hear Nigeria, they think, oh, maybe the people living in this part of the world don't wear clothes. They don't really know who Nigerian, what they don't know what is Nigeria or who a Nigerian is. They don't know anything about Nigeria. So when you are saying you want to write about Nigeria, you should have your target audience in mind. Who do you want to read this book? You don't write a book to read for yourself. You write a book for somebody to read. So you must always capture it in your mind that as soon as I'm saying I want to write, the next thing that should come is, who am I writing for? Who is my target audience? Who is that person that I want him or
Yeah,
her
to see.
to sit down and read what I've written about? Okay. Now let me give you another instance. If I decide to write a story about the rabbit and the tortoise, who do you think my target reader is? Let's contribute, please. Who do you think my target reader is? I'm writing a book about rabbit and the tortoise. What happened between the rabbit and the tortoise? Who do you think my target reader will be?
The children.
The children.
Yeah.
The children love to hear stories. My target reader are the two children, kindergartens. The particular age bracket or age group can be, let's say, age 7 to 12. Are you with me?
Yes.
Maybe it's 7 to 12. They want to know more about, something like that. So when you're writing a book, you write, you know what to write about. Who is your target or your target reader? Now let me go back quickly to what to write about. When you are considering becoming an author or a writer, write on a particular niche that you have vast knowledge about. When I'm saying write on a particular niche you have vast knowledge about, um, it can be your everyday routine. What is your everyday routine like? When you wake up from bed, what do you do? In a 365 days calendar month, or you understand, a calendar year, what do you do? So you should have a well-grounded knowledge about who your target reader is and what you are writing about. So if I want to write about my journey my journey through 2021, my journey through 2021, I can start by saying, okay, every day 2021, when I wake up, I do my morning prayers, I take a minute or two to think about my plan or activities of the day, you know, I take my breakfast, then I set off to work, then I start talking about what I engage in my place of work, then how I close my day from my place of work back to my house. And I can keep telling you instances of what transpired today in office, what transpired yesterday, what I hope to do tomorrow. Bringing all that together is forming my write-up. Why am I focusing on that? The easiest book I can write right now is my experience in my place of work. That is the easiest thing I can write right now. That lock me in a room, I will write almost like 400 pages. Are you getting me? Because I have worked in my place of work for more than 3 years. In a year, you have 365 days. 365 days times 3. I've worked almost like 1,000 days in my place of work. So I can write almost like 400 pages to tell you the experience of things that have happened in my place of work. So when you are considering writing, you should write on a niche that you have abundant knowledge on. Let's assume now that you have an office in the marketplace, or you sell something in the marketplace, and you want to write about your experience in the market. Let me give you an instance. Trust, what have you sold in the market?
Ugu.
You sold ugu.
Yes.
Now, can you tell us some of the reactions or comments you get from buyers when they come to you to buy ugu?
Most people, they will be like, be fast, please, I'm in a haste.
Okay.
Some will be like, this is a guy cutting Ugu in the market.
Okay, please come to the screen. Let our viewers see you. Come and talk to our viewers. Just share your experience selling ugu.
Hi, good afternoon, I'm Trust.
So this is Trust.
I sell Ugu in the market,
Okay.
and most challenge I get is
this is a guy selling ugu in the market.
Okay.
It's really it's not really as in it's not popular for a guy to cut ugu as a woman because I'm brought up and taught that about that at home.
Okay.
And you now see people when they're cutting it, they'll be like, the first place I have places to go, and some self will not, no, I can't even get here because this a guy acting like a woman. That's
So you can hear. Thank you very much. So you can hear trust. So now, if you want trust to write a book on my experience as a pumpkin leaf seller, I think who is pumpkin leaf now?
yes,
Is that not
yes.
what? Okay, so you can write my experience as a pumpkin leaf seller, or my experience selling ugu in the market. That is the title of a book. Now, there will be somebody like me who don't know anything about how to sell ugu in the market. But I want to go into that field. I want to see how I can start selling ugu in the market. If I see a book like his own, my experience selling ugu in the market, and maybe it can be any market, or he decides to specify the name of the market, my experience selling ugu in Kaswa market, and I'm in that territory, it will scare off my curiosity that what did he experience? Because I'm going into the same market. I need to know what he knows. That is just the overall objective of writing. People want to know what you know. Nobody is asking you whether you are perfect. Nobody is asking you whether you have the best experience or not. People just want to know what you know. So almost everybody can be a writer because you know something. You what? You know something. Almost everybody can be a writer. You don't know, you don't need to know everything. Nobody knows everything. But you know something. I know something. Trust knows something. So you can develop your writing skill by writing the little you know. And as you keep on writing is more of a passion. Okay? Writing is more of what? Is more of a passion. Yes. Writing is more of a passion. So now we are back. Sorry for that interruption. We are looking at what to write about. We've talked about that. We've seen the case situation of trust, selling ugu in the market. So trust can come up with a book title like my my experience selling ugu in the market. In the market as a man. Okay. Mommy Bolo, I don't like this as a man. So that is trust experience selling ugu. So, like I said before, what to write about, you must have proper understanding of what you are writing. Who is your target reader? You don't write and start finding who should read your book. Some books, when you write them, automatically it's just general. Anybody can read it. But on the second note, everybody should be able to read what you write, provided they can read. Okay? But what we are saying here is that if you are trying to write for a particular audience, you should know your audience before you start writing. You can be that kind of writer that just writes anything just for anybody to read. But there are some writers, they need to write for a target audience. Now, why do you need to write for a target audience? Number one, to solve a particular problem they have. Number two, to familiarize yourself with them or make them become part of your community, your virtual community. Now, if I'm to ask you the kind of movie you watch between Nollywood and Hollywood movie, which one do you think you watch more? David. David hasn't said anything. Maybe he doesn't even watch anything. What kind of movie do you watch, David?
Though I don't always like to watch movies
Okay,
based in
you
Nigeria.
don't you don't like do you like Nigerian movie or international movie? That's what I'm asking.
It's Nigerian movies.
You are in the category of Nollywood movie fan. Okay. Now, trust, what kind of movie is your flair?
Hollywood.
Hollywood. So now, if David is having a flair for Nollywood and Trust is having a flair for Hollywood, if I'm writing a book, I would know if I want to be conversant or connected to David or not by the virtue of what he likes. I know there are some people out there that like Nollywood movies, so I can just start writing stories that relate to the Nollywood movie kind of scenario. And if David see um, my Nollywood movie or my movie production, whether it's in form of a book, he will be interested. Now, can you give me a title of Nollywood movie you've watched? Let's
Yes.
say My Wicked Stepmother. Those are the kind of my wicked
Stepmother.
my wicked stepmother, or you can
Oh, I
say,
got her pregnant, but I'm not ready to marry.
okay, I got pregnant for my landlord. These are the kind of movies that you get to watch. And interesting thing to know is that all those things you see as movies, they mostly come up from stories that is developed into script. Are you getting my point of view now?
Yes.
But we are not going into the movie aspect. We are going to be basing ourselves on
Insufficient
right.
storage
All
space.
right. So you can stop that. I've gotten some interesting things to